Hey everyone, I'm Austin.
I'm Ian.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Ryan.
And I'm Ty.
Thanks for tuning in to Reforged Podcast, Episode 1. Welcome everyone to Reforged, the weekly tabletop role-playing podcast in which I, your DM, return to my classic campaigns with all the experience of the last playthrough, but with a whole new wonderful cast. This season, we are returning to the lands of the Kindred, my first campaign. It's been 8 years in the making. Back in 2011, 2012.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Which, this is special too, because I actually have two of the original players, Ian and Ty.
We only destroyed the world a little bit.
Only just a tiny bit.
So, but this world has been changed enough, and for certain actual lore-based reasons, that metagaming isn't going to affect the game too much for those two. So, every once in a while, you might just hear them go, "Oh, shit." But besides that...
Just like that.
Speaking completely normal.
Yeah. So, I would like to start with them. So, I don't know. Ty, I've known you the longest. Introduce yourself to y'all.
Hi, I'm Ty. I don't know how to introduce self.
How to introduce self?
He's the bard of the group. Very charismatic.
Totally
That's
the truth
so
there.
funny.
All right.
You know better with
You're
girls.
kidding, right?
Okay, all right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm closer to that orc that just has pure strength and nothing else. Hits his head on a boulder.
Until it breaks.
All right.
That's
And
good.
Ian, how do I know you?
Well, we met in Japan.
Yes.
We did a foreign exchange and played our first game of D&D over in Japan. Then we got back and played your Kindred campaign for the first time, and as Ty said, only broke the world a little bit.
In the first session.
Yeah, in the first session.
All right. Ryan, you want to go next?
My name is Ryan Rasmussen. This is my first official D&D campaign. I've done a crap ton of one-offs and have a lot of experience with that type of thing. I have an acting background, so I will probably be doing a dialect of some kind with this character. This is role-playing is what I've been doing for a college degree for most of my life. So.
You could say he's an educated role player.
I'm an educated
or a consummate role player.
Okay.
And finally, the...
Zoe.
The Zoe.
I think I'm the newest probably to this group, huh? Right?
Yeah, because we met you, a year and a half ago?
Yeah. I
So
think
I'd say
we were in a
it is.
math class, and then I did a D&D campaign
right.
with some
Castle
kind of
River
dragonfly.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Firefly.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Firefly one, and then we did Castle River.
I'm going to
Black.
get so yelled at for that.
Castlefly.
Dragonfly, no.
Good thing they don't know your Twitter handle.
Don't worry.
Oh, and my Twitter handle
Fix
is...
that in post.
Yeah, I'll fix it in post.
No, it's perfect.
Just insert her going, Firefly.
Firefly.
I don't know. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for the last 3 years, I would say. Not consistently, but on and off. I've played about 5 different campaigns that never finished.
They never
so
do. They never
hopefully
do.
this is a good one. This will be the one, you guys. I believe in it.
Honestly, in the entire time I've played D&D, Austin has been the only DM who has finished a campaign.
So, but we will be finishing this one because you are all contractually obligated at this point.
Crap.
But yeah, and one thing that distinguishes our play group here is we're the only D&D podcast I've ever seen that actually plays in the same freaking room every single time.
That's true.
So whenever we're doing
so
weird
awkward
stuff,
when
Every
we
single
not
time.
play
Yeah.
in the room.
I'm going
What?
to Vegas for a minute.
It's so awkward to not play in the same room. We tried that one time with Nate.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the most awkward session we've ever had.
Yeah.
It's painful, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I've tried that with a few other people. It
Well,
doesn't
there's
work
so
out.
much nonverbal communication where you
Yeah.
make it, what we just did. You were talking, and I made eye contact with you like I'm about to start a sentence, and you were like, cool.
Yeah, cool. I will let you talk like a regular
Audio
human
gold
being.
right there.
that's right.
Describing
if
our
it's audio
physical
only,
actions.
I'm like,
Could write a book.
This is fire for podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, guys, let's just have a nonverbal communication session here, real quick.
All right, do some real deep eye staring.
And good job,
All
guys.
right, nice. That was good.
All right,
Yeah.
that was wonderful. Ian, you were a bit low on your left eye.
Yeah,
a little bit too
it
much
droops
twitching.
every now
I
and
think
then.
I
Yeah,
blinked a
sensitive
little too
about
loud.
Ty, I know you think licking your lips makes us feel uncomfortable, but actually,
It's quite arousing.
it's quite sexually
Yeah,
arousing.
Austin, if you could just put your shirt back on. I think it's
Austin, no, not the pants.
Oh.
I'm the DM. I'm the DM.
I make the world you live in.
I make your pants.
I have made your pants.
If I say you have no pants, you have no pants.
Pants. Any questions so far?
I'm liking it.
I'll have a lot of questions.
Yes.
as we go.
I remember when we were first doing this campaign, like the level that you put into just like the world and the lore and the backstory was like super impressive. Like before we even like had done anything, because that was your first time DMing before, was
Yes.
the Land of the Kindred.
Mhm.
And like when we got into it, I was just like, this is a lot of lore. And then we literally just shat on it basically, and just were like, well, you know what? Let's just go and blow up some town. Literally.
That's how it was.
Yes. Yeah.
Fought Olympus and won.
In session 1. Yeah.
Yes.
But good job with the lore.
Yeah.
Good job to make those people for them to
That's
wipe
why
out.
I'm really excited to get back into this one.
No,
and
killing
say it.
actual people is so much more rewarding.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Then the fictional people.
I killed
Yeah.
two on the way here.
Zoe's just taking out a knife.
I'll just put that away.
This is a 1-episode podcast.
That's right.
It's always confession.
This is going to turn into a 4-off.
All right, don't put too much attention to it.
All right, be cool, man. Jesus. No, it's like I remember your one-off, Castle River Black, was so
Oh, yes.
in depth with that
Oh,
world.
that was yours. That's right.
Yes.
That was so fun.
And
That's
like,
right. You played
I
Pigeon.
killed someone out of a
Pigeon.
pickle barrel. It was very
Pigeon.
exciting.
You have a tendency to play.
It was so
underage
in depth.
people.
I thought it was a pre-built.
I guess so.
Oh,
I just
really?
hate
You know?
flirting
Oh,
with
thank you.
people. And I think it's so much more awkward if you're a 14-year-old and
Well,
some handsome
you know
knight
what? I
comes.
guess that works.
You're
Yeah.
like, well, guess I'll just kill him.
Guess I'll just be 12 and kill you. I mean,
That works.
no flirts.
No flirts, no hurts.
No worries.
That's hilarious.
So, but yeah,
That's the
I pride
second
myself
shirt.
on the lore. So thank you. It'll be fun. There's so much here, and you guys might not even see it all. So,
That's true.
but
But that's the beauty of reality effect, is you're creating a world that's bigger than our potential campaign.
yes,
That's
yes,
super
that's right.
fun.
The deep thought.
And now, an overview of the world. Welcome to the lands of the Kindred, an ancient continent defined by its culture and diverse climes. Within these lands, 7 clans survive, each inheriting their namesake from the primal animals that serve as their patron gods. On the northern tundra, the clan of the Elk, nomadic, kindling life gently as an ember. Concealed in the eastern rainforest, the clan of the Wolf, clever, brutal, vying for the position of apex predator. Out on the western coast, the clan of the Whale, sailors and clergymen, purveyors of life's pleasures, and devoted servants of faith. In the northwestern desert reside the clan of the Fox, warriors, craftsmen, spiritualists, solitary, and content. To the northeast, living in and on the Skyward Mountains, the Bear Clan, blacksmiths, artisans, and tacticians revering longevity and vigilance. In the southeast, a volcanic bog. There trudge the Raven Clan, mysterious, feared. They strengthen themselves with rituals primal and macabre. Finally, at the heart of the world, the capital city of Polestar, the roost of the Eagle Clan. Oracles, scholars, and merchants, the Eagles govern these lands, promoting cooperation and advancement. However, unrest stirs, even under their wings. A century past, the wolves emerged from their forest, crazed, spilling blood in every corner of the continent. This became known as the Blood Tide. Now, rumors of another blood tide spread. In response, the Bear Clan has militarized, crafting blades of awesome power and armor that cannot be broken. Nearby, the Elk Clan is dying. Less than 100 remain. Even worse, the oceans have receded, starving the industry of the whale people and spreading drought. Especially the Fox Desert has grown harsh, tenfold. Terrible creatures have awakened, tunneling out of the scorched sands. Worst of all, the emergence of an 8th clan, one which rejects the animal gods in a quest to find their own truth. They work from the shadows, entitling them to their name, Clan of Serpents. Even still, life and love prospers in the lands of the Kindred, especially at its heart, Polestar, where the 3 rulers have called for the Magister's Tournament, a competition to find champions to serve as ambassadors, to spread prosperity, life, and perhaps law. This is where we will begin our journey in the glittering tower of Polestar with 4 unsuspecting heroes.
I am Ashaki Hugs Ogalukanu, and if you could not tell by my size, I am a Goliath barbarian. I hail from the Skyward Mountains, and am a proud member of the Bear Clan, but an even prouder member of the Ogalukanu tribe. From a young age, I knew I was to be a great warrior. It was written on my skin from the day I was born. I won my first fight at 9, my first brawl at 11, but my first real battle at 20. I and other Ogalukanu warriors defended our homes from a horde of shadow spawn, and when my axe broke against an enemy's skull, I earned my name by crushing my enemies with my bare hands. It was glorious! I will show this world the greatest warrior who has ever lived.
My name is Talvar Olenn. I'm a half-elf born to a lowly human farmer and an elven high priestess. Neither wanted the path for me. My mother wished me to become a priest, while my father wished me to become a warrior. I blend the training of the two, and used the magic to flow through my swords and make me a heavenly warrior. My mother spoke often of the Blood Tides, a horrible war where the wolves attacked everyone. I wished to learn more about this, why they left our lands. So I traveled the desert, looking through the ruins. Eventually, I traveled north to the frozen lands of the Elk, searching theirs as well. In my search, I learned of the tournament in Polestar. I headed there, hoping to find more answers.
Melma was born with music in his soul as lilting songs would drift through the desert air of the Fox Clan. He wanted more than anything to feel the sweet strum of the lyre, the smooth keys of the organ, the seductive song of the cello. However, his mother got knocked up by a passing bard, and so she forbade him from pursuing anything artistic, and instead sent him to military school. To pass the time in extreme boredom, Melma would watch the sand dunes and how they shifted. He devoted himself to the pursuit of moving like they did, sneaking out of the barracks at night to watch the tribute festivals in the center of the village. Feeling a loss of purpose, Melma ran away to Polestar in search of the elusive fox god, who had been rumored to be seen somewhere in the city. While Melma has largely stayed underground as a rogue and has questionable run-ins with the Serpent Clan, he one day hopes to fulfill his dream of meeting the Fox God and learning his true destiny.
My name is Pippi Farewell, half-elf. I get my magic from my elven father and work ethic from my mother. I was born into the Farewell potato farming business, which, as you could imagine, isn't something a spunky adventurer like myself finds appealing. Now, as you know, the elk folk are a proud people, each born with a small wisp floating just above them. However, just 2 decades ago, children have been born without sprites at all, including me. They just disappeared cold turkey. Now, when an elk folk passes away, their little spirit floats deep into the ice fields of the north. I figured that's probably where mine is too. I've always had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do in life. And I love my parents, but I just don't want to get down in the same old dirt, digging the same old taters every day. For a change of pace, I would head down to the tavern every afternoon to boost spirits, due to the blood tide and all. I figured times are tough, funds are tight, and potatoes just ain't growing like they used to. So it must be time for an adventure. After 2 years of hopping from tavern to tavern, I heard tell of a tournament where I might be able to expand my magic know-how, and maybe meet a few friends along the way.
You four are in the main tower of Polestar Castle. All around you are several stone tables, about 20 or more. And the reason you are here is because for some reason or another, you have been drawn to this place to participate in the Tournament of Kings. And the reason this tournament exists is it is mostly to just kind of celebrate the unification of the clans and the actual founding of Polestar. And how this works is every year, the 3 magisters of Polestar Castle each choose 4 champions. And they use these champions and they send them out into the world to do certain tasks, and also to, usually they're diplomacy type missions and things like that. And it's just super prestigious to even be on one of these crews. And since all of you are travelers for some reason or another, this is the perfect opportunity. It's basically like the Olympics in Fantasyland.
Fantasy Olympics.
So for Hugs, competition of strength.
Heck yeah.
You're going to meet people. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, Hugs is looking forward to this.
For Talvar, you know one of the magisters. So Magistrate Maiden. She's a super powerful woman, and she's known to be the smartest lady in the land. She has an archive of knowledge that pre-exists like any clan currently, and she's almost viewed as an oracle. She knows so much. So you want her attention, basically. Pippi, I think you're here just because it seems fun.
It looks so cool. Look at all these colors.
And maybe for some of the similar reasons, maybe your backstory plays a role in why you want to be here. Mm-hmm. Melma, there might be a variety of reasons why you're here. Whether it's not you want to finally prove your prowess as a rogue, or a bard. It's finally a way to get yourself out of the streets.
Yeah.
Because literally anyone is allowed to participate in this tournament, and that's why there's so many of you here right now. And the big moment reveals itself. You see 3 women clad in these red scarlet robes that have gold gilding on them. And these are the high priestesses. They're actually known as oracles. They can scry, and they actually have created certain mirrors that can see into all of the different clans. And so they're pretty important people. And they usher in, behind them, the 3 magisters. On the left, you automatically recognize Magister Maiden. She's a lot shorter than you would think. She's probably right around 5'4"-ish or so. But she's in these purple robes that have gemstones encrusted down the sleeves. And she has a spell book tucked under one arm. Far on the right side, you guys see a very grim-looking man that has this massive beard, and he's got scars all over his arms, and he looks like some kind of warrior. And you know that is Magister Greycastle.
It's gotta be.
Who else but Greycastle?
He looks
Gerald and Kumar go to Greycastle.
Extremely imposing, and definitely not charismatic at all.
I want to fight him.
I want to give him hugs.
So he's a legend, and people even joke that he's part of half wolf or whatever. His mother might have been not literally a wolf clan.
Right.
In the middle, clad in these maroon colored robes, is a man who is just the center of attention. He just beams charisma, and he is the man that single-handedly pretty much has kept Polestar at the center of power. He knows every language in the land and has visited every clan. And this is Magister Coral. And he gives a flourish and like kind of throws his cape open, and the crowd cheers for him.
Woo.
Yeah.
So, how many people are standing in this tournament here?
Well, you are all sitting. You've got like little plates of mutton or something in front of you.
Hugs is way too big for his chair. I just want to make that canon
He's got
right
two
now.
chairs shoved together.
So it's a giant dining hall in a castle.
Yep, pretty much. Giant dining hall in a castle. The lower floors of Polestar have like stained glass. As the sun rotates around the castle, the room actually changes colors.
Oh, wow.
Because depending on the direction, that's where the light comes in.
That's really dope. I've eaten all my food already because I was very hungry.
All right.
I was
Hungry?
I had not eaten in many a day.
Are we sitting near each other? Like, are we all pretty much regular?
I think everybody can see you.
Yes. Everyone roll a d4.
I got a 4.
I got a 3.
I got a 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, if there were 4 tables, you guys are sitting on the outside of all those 4s looking in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Like, you have direct line of sight from each other. And maybe you all not recognize, but like notice Hugs immediately.
So I'm surveying Hugs to see if there's anything, because if I have to fight him, any weaknesses that I may be able to exploit. I'm just eyeing. I do like cuddles.
Lord Coral gets up to the front of the stage, and he looks down at all of you and kind of gives a moment of silence. And then all of a sudden he just bursts out and he says, "My people, hello.
I like this man.
It is me,
Sounds like a good guy.
Lord Coral. Welcome to Polestar. Welcome to the Tournament of Kings. I hardly have to explain myself, but this is a grand tournament that will be lasting 3 days, and we will be watching all of your performances. Of course, I am looking for the bravest and the smartest people in the land."
As soon as he says bravest, Hug stands up.
I instinctively reach for one of my daggers.
I tap him on his little bicep. Come on, honey, just sit down.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was being addressed. That was a joke.
You actually see Lord Coral takes notice of you, and Lord Greycastle like scowls. But roll.
I'm hated.
Roll a dexterity saving throw as you stand up.
All right. A natural 1.
So as you stand
Started
up,
off great the first
Yeah.
roll of the whole campaign.
you snap up, and so hard that your chair flies back and incapacitates whoever was behind you. And so you turn around, and there's this halfling just like
Decked on the
I
floor.
look down, I'm like, oh, I am sorry, tiny man.
and Lord Coral just snaps a finger, and you see a maid just like run over and just scoop up this halfling and just take off outside.
And does another halfling come in and just set up on the chair for him and run off?
No.
Oh my gosh.
But you see the 3 people that were at that table just looking at the empty seat like, never forget.
And I'm like, what, this castle doesn't have replacement halflings?
Oh my gosh.
That elicits a chuckle from a dwarf next to you. Absolutely. And, but yeah, everyone is like enamored with Lord Coral, and he steps back and lets Maiden take to the front. And she says, "I, for one, will be looking for anyone who can demonstrate magic for me and innovation."
If Hugs is still standing, he will now kneel because he has no chair.
You just
Roll a
He says,
dexterity save.
definitely not me.
And then Lord Greycastle, like, they kind of like give him the center stage, and he's just like, and he's like, "Above all, I worship strength and fortitude." And he just steps back.
Hugs not.
Why am I here?
And Coral gets back up. He says, "We have a variety of challenges for all of you. And of course, there's not enough time for all of them. So you should specifically choose which tasks are your strengths. And we will begin." And he waves his hands, and a chorus starts to sing out, and more food is like ushered into the hall.
Hugs looks on approvingly.
Is food like passing the tables we're at?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try to sleight of hand some of that food up?
Like you have to steal it.
That's
Yes. Yes, please. Go ahead. Slide a hand.
Okay. 8 + 7, 15.
All right. So you successfully slide a hand. This second entree, which is like some kind of like gelatin-looking dish, and it has like a sweet smell to it. So like you just like out of the bowl like.
I was gonna say you got goop in hand.
Some halfling or some tiefling to the right of me is staring at me, and and without looking at him, I grab his food as well.
I just smack your hand. I'm like, what are you doing? We're at a fancy development. What are you doing?
Doesn't stop me.
And that's when Maiden continues talking. Oh, and also this like flan like substance you have in your hand, you can't see through it. And so, but yeah, Maiden. Oh, and you get a bowl set in front of you too.
Okay.
And then you hear some halfling gets this bowl over there, and he's like, "What the hell?
Where's my food?"
Half of it's missing. He's just like.
Yeah. And Maiden stands up to the microphone. The ye old microphone.
The old microphone.
Testing.
It's a real Slim Shady.
Magic phone.
No, but you do see like she reaches up and like touches her throat, and her voice booms across this so everyone can hear. And she says, "The first task will be a task of perception and also wit. In this hall, there are exactly 2 keys among all of you and your desserts. Whoever leaves the hall first wins." And then the lords walk out, and you see the maids like walk around the outside, and you just hear as all the doors to the outside of this castle lock. And there's 99 people, I guess, that all look around at each other.
Oh, this is so cool.
There's only 2 keys.
There's
Yes.
only 2 keys.
And two people have them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we got to find it.
It's in the bowls of food.
All right.
That's
Well, I
what.
checked 2 of them.
Yeah, you take the one in your hand, and you're just like.
Nothing. I just stare at the tiefling to the right of me.
Yes.
Damn.
Throw it in his face.
I do.
Steal his bowl.
Yeah.
Actually.
May I do one thing?
Sure.
I'm gonna subtly just. I have like a bowl of the fantasy version of M&Ms or something like that. There's dessert there, right? You can just have any food.
Sure.
Can I just rifle through that really, really quietly? Just like, oh, maybe it's in here.
Sure.
I'm just really like, oh, what if I win?
All right.
I gotta go
Remind me of little
take it.
Gideon.
Oh man.
So I'm actually going to try to get up. Are there rafters to this dining hall?
He just climbs the wall.
That's actually what I was thinking too.
There's a key in your dessert. Climbs wall.
I imagine Polestar Castle kind of like Gothic architecture. So
Okay.
unless if you're like grappling hook, like and just like shoot
Okay.
off to the roof.
No, because my thought was get up high, see the person who has the key, and then.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So you can see everyone, like there's like dwarves and halflings and humans, and you're the only Goliath, Hugs. But everyone is just like slowly just like scooping their bowl into their lap, and they're like fondling the flan to try to see if there's keys in it.
Fondling the flan. No.
Where did the food come from?
The maids brought it, like as they were, yeah.
So this is gonna be funny. Hugs actually thinks that this is a trick, and he believes that the key lies in his fist. And he's gonna walk over to one of the doors and attempt just to open it.
All right.
Does it open?
No, it doesn't. Like
Hugs turns around. Okay, the doors are locked.
Meanwhile, in the very back, some elf just.
I like that elves are the main population here. And one tiefling.
Table of halflings.
I would like everyone to roll a percentile check, which is a D10 plus another D10 or your D100.
A 7 and a 50.
Okay, so that's 57.
57.
I got a 72.
I got a 97.
I got
Oh,
Crap,
88.
come on, guys.
All right. So you walk over to this door, Hugs, and you're like, chunk, chunk. Yeah, it's locked. And then do you return to your seat?
Yes.
All right.
And then I apparently look in my Jello.
There's a key in there.
I grab it and say, I have been blessed with a key. And I walk over to the door.
I follow him to the
Like
door.
literally on the way to the door, there's like 6 dwarves that are like, and like start like just like firing at your knees.
I'm going to run at him and try to stealthily like grab the key out of his hand.
It's
Okay.
probably like
Yeah, it's probably
in a fist.
In the air.
Yeah, he's just like this. I have been blessed with a key.
I'm going
Just
fine.
walking
Then I'm
over.
initially going to try by climbing his back to his hand.
All right, so first we're gonna start
Dang
with
it,
this.
that was my idea.
Are you gonna try to dodge these dwarves,
No.
or are you just gonna take it? Okay. So I need you to roll a strength check,
Heck yes.
a strength saving throw. rather.
If people are coming at him, this is going to be really
While
funny.
he's doing that, can I do one little thing?
Sure.
Can I just look at the door he's going for and just like
Please do this.
stand next to it
Sure.
so that I can get into it first?
That's
Alright.
what my character was doing.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you guys
you're
just like
I'm like, hey friend, we have the same idea.
So, I decided that, since Hugs is a barbarian and has the rage ability, his rage is more going to be just like extreme competitive spirit.
Okay.
So as soon as he sees these people coming at him like this, he's just like, yes! And is now raging. Okay. So he has advantage on all strength throws.
Okay,
And
go
I'm going
ahead.
to is it okay if I turn this into an athletic throw? In an attempt to basically, as a dwarf comes at him, he would grapple him and throw him to the ground.
Sure. You
All
have
right.
a volley of dwarves
Yes.
rapidly approaching, and
Oh, heck yes. That's a 17 plus 7. 24 for the first one.
Nice.
And then not so great on the second one. So advantage says 24.
okay. So yeah, like you're like, I have a key, and as you're walking through, like just dwarves are like vaulting off of tables and shit. They're like going for knees, and you're just like tossing them across halls, and like helmets are going everywhere. They're hitting tables and flans going all over.
Yeah, I'm just like, today is a good day.
All right, and go ahead. Actually, make a You're gonna try to just like jump on his
Acrobatics check.
Well,
back. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah,
well,
acrobatics.
as
Pretty
stealthily
much-
as I can, I want to approach him stealthily because I see these dwarves getting thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if he sees you, you will be among those dwarfs.
So I don't want to get tossed. I
Okay.
want to go in for the weak point and go get the key when I.
All right. So you're gonna sneak up and then just try to like steal it, like if like his hand is open or something. or
Basically,
whatever.
because when he's throwing, I notice that he's like releasing with two. You know, I imagine like his grip is loosening as he's throwing.
I'm imagining it's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I
Okay.
With one hand in the air and then
Oh, sorry.
the other
Yes,
one
for
pointing.
the podcast audience. Yeah.
So he has like flesh, right? He's not made of rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then I might try to stab under his armpit.
Ooh, that's
All right.
horrifying.
Yeah. You can make an attack roll.
So
Yeah.
do I roll to stealthily sneak up to him before I stab him, or do I just
Yeah. No. Let's do that actually.
Do it.
okay, so
Yeah.
stealth check first?
I don't
Man.
usually do opposing checks, but this one time we will.
This will be fun.
Man, this
Yeah.
move is the pits.
You rolled a 17.
17 plus 7, 24 stealth.
So you sneak up
Yeah.
to me unnoticed.
All right.
and
You have your opportunity.
Now roll
the
the
question
right.
is, do I want to
Because
stab
there's a
him?
barrage of dwarves.
That's right. I'm just like,
I'm like, you're throwing dwarves and I'm like ducking out the way. This
Yeah,
one dwarf like slides by me. His face is like sideways. He's just like, help me.
that's right.
Because I don't want to stab you. I'm trying to think of how I can.
No, do what you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think stab is probably all right.
If it's in your character,
Yeah, do it.
I'm chaotic good, so
is this helping anybody?
myself.
That's fine.
This is a fun way for people to meet.
That's
Right.
Yeah,
Remember
it's
that
gonna
time
be
I stabbed you?
In the
Well,
armpit.
it'll give me a great nickname for you.
So what do I roll for attack? Oh right, I'm using my dagger. So
So it'll be a D20 plus 5, I believe, for you, right?
it's. Oh okay.
and when you have
oh.
advantage, because I'm not aware
I
of
gotcha.
you.
So I get to roll too.
Yep.
I'm glad because that was a 4. That was an 8.
All right.
Plus 5, 13?
13.
All right, I have 14 AC.
Mother.
So you stab into it like the hardest part of him, and it's just tink.
Yeah, my blade bends a little before coming back out.
His armpit
At that
hairs are
point-
so matted.
I almost want to say he still doesn't notice you.
I believe it. Like you're just like, oh, weird tickle.
Yes.
Oh, that was odd. What a tall dwarf.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay, got it. So
Roll a
D20
D20,
plus
yeah.
my dex mod.
Yeah, but you're proficient in that.
Should be 5, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plus
it is 5.
Actually, while they're doing this, I'm
Son of a 9.
So you stab him, and your dagger gets caught in his clothes as he's like spinning and throwing dwarves, and it just yanks it out of your hand.
Okay, I need that back.
Oh my god.
As he's swinging, I'm like, sir. Sir,
Dodging every
dodging
single
as his giant arms are swinging right past my head.
What about Pippi and Talvar, right?
Yeah. I want to start playing chaotic music on my pan flute. just for fun.
You just like start playing The Devil Went Down in Georgia. or something. Okay.
That's all I'm doing, though. I'm just watching the spectacle, waiting for anybody to head to a door.
It just turns into
the freaking yakety sax.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you're doing that to distract people or just to have a good time?
It's more like just to focus while distracting people.
Gotcha.
Because I'm waiting for anyone to approach another door.
That's amazing. There are 3 keys here, though. Two keys.
Yeah.
Did I find any in my M&Ms or
No M&M.
Okay, so I actually want to go over to the madam or whatever her name is, the queen or what is her name?
Yeah, they had snuck out though.
Oh,
because they didn't.
I
They
wanted
knew
to
this
ask
was gonna
her about
happen.
her voice booming thing.
Oh.
What a cool spell! I want that.
Were you still
You'll have
gonna
to talk
be
to
by
her.
the door?
I will have to talk. I will talk to her.
Were you still hiding by the door that Hugs was
I
saying?
am, but I was going to go over there and change my mind. But I will stay there by the door.
Are you hiding?
I'm hiding.
'Cause I was gonna
Should
say,
I roll
wanna
for stealth?
Yeah, I
or?
want to
ahead
see
and
if I
roll for
notice
Okay.
you.
12 plus, and then
Your
what's
dexterity?
dexterity? Okay, so I got a 14.
Because you're probably not proficient in stealth, right?
I'm definitely not. No, I'm made of music, so
And the Hugs just rolled a natural
I'm like
one.
holding a
I
lute.
did not notice the girl standing by the door.
Hugs has no idea you're there.
No kidding.
With that perception, did you even notice me?
Probably not.
I'm
So-
not even hiding. I'm
Yes.
just right by her.
I'm
Thinking
just
back
heading
to
straight to that door.
thinking back to the rules of the game, is it the person that first goes through the door or the person that unlocks the door?
She said it's the first 2 to leave.
Yeah. And yeah,
Okay.
it's funny though because like Hugs is just like, I found a key, and he's forgotten that there's a contest. Now he's just like wrestling people out with him.
Oh,
Shoot.
okay. I want to. Is it my turn? Can I do stuff?
You can always bump in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because Hugs is just
since
telling
there are
the door.
2 keys,
Yeah.
I want to roll a perception check on the rest of the room and see if I can see anybody who's found the second key.
Okay, I would like you to roll an insight check.
Insight.
Insight is the skill used to determine other people's
Okay.
motivations.
What's that based off of?
It's wisdom.
It's wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom is
Can I
insight.
roll one?
Yeah, you both can.
I basically Hugs is just heading
20?
to the door until you tell me
no, I
otherwise.
failed.
20 with my wisdom.
Okay.
Mod.
Nice.
So unnatural 20.
All right. So, yeah,
Ty's just a.
with that wisdom, you actually see a guy who's being super shifty, and like you start beelining towards him, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm headed straight for him.
So you just start charging, and then that's when you see like this elf jump up onto a table, and he just waves his hand out and casts Thunder Wave. The table explodes, and the bowls explode, and flan goes everywhere.
Not the flan.
And
Wow.
the dude who was like, he's like shifty-eyed, like he is passed out. Like, and he's kind of like bleeding from the mouth a little bit. You actually see another person kind of run up and like cast a healing spell on him.
Oh jeez.
And they're looking
Is
around
the key
and
in his hand? Do we see the key?
Nope. You
Okay.
actually saw a glint of metal fly up into the air, and then you don't know where it is. Roll a perception check, everyone.
Everybody? Oh, sniggity snap.
Oh, I'm so happy I rolled high on that one.
Definitely 5. That's definitely a 5.
17.
17 here as well.
19.
Actually, no, wait. That's 16 for me.
I have no modifier. I just got 19.
16 for me.
I'm going to say that Hugs is just way too distracted with
Yeah.
dwarves. But so like Melma, you like you see this key fly through the air, and you're like, "There's no way I'm going to see this." So you just close your eyes and you listen and you hear.
Yeah.
And you can clearly tell the direction,
Okay.
and it has landed right at Talvar's feet.
Oh hell.
I pick it up and turn around. I'm at the door.
Yeah, you are.
I beeline for him.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sitting right next to him too. Can I not just go in with him?
Wait.
We'd be the
Oh, you're
first
both
two
at
to...
the same
Yeah,
time.
Right,
no.
'cause they were at the same door.
Can I try? I want to try something.
I said, we
So
could
he's
just
at the
leave
door, he has
together
the
and
key
win
in
the
his
game.
hand, right? Can I try to shoot the key out of his hand with my crossbow?
It'll be
Don't
a
they
very
take
hard shot.
I have a question really quick. Don't they take the weapons away at the beginning of the festival?
They didn't.
Not for the Festival of Cues.
Though also, it is implied that like healing will be done. Like,
I know.
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
it's a hard
Alright.
throw, but I want to try it.
all right, go ahead.
So what's this based
You're
off?
gonna take a shot with disadvantage.
Shot with disadvantage.
So you're gonna roll twice,
Okay,
and you're
so
gonna take the
1d6
lower score.
plus 3. Okay, 10 for my first. 19 for my second. 10.
So 10. All right. So you fire a shot off, and it's 10 total, or you rolled a 10 plus.
I rolled a 10
plus 5.
Oh, plus 5, 15.
So 15. So yeah, like this crossbow, like it doesn't knock the key out, but it definitely like whizzes and like catches you in the side a little bit.
So it hits, wait, it actually
So it slows him down.
That's horrifying. I'm right there.
What is your AC?
My AC is 15.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
we tied.
Yeah, because
wouldn't hurt you, but
yeah, with DC. Anyways, so yeah,
So it hits my
So it
clove.
slowed him down.
yeah, you take a point of damage, 1 HP.
Oh no.
I'm seriously injured.
Are you okay? Oh my
Seriously
god.
injured.
So I'm going to run up,
Okay.
push my thumb into his wound,
Oh
and
my
then try to
Jesus.
wrestle away the key.
at this point, his Hug's at the door.
Yeah, no, like
How
at
long
this,
does it take me to turn around and open the door?
you were like fiddling with the lock when an arrow just like stabbed you in the ribs
okay.
and bounced off.
Well,
So
how
is the
far
key
away?
in the lock?
How far away was Melma?
So
Because I'm literally right there.
yeah,
So I can do this
okay.
unless you're faster than me,
What
and
are you
I don't
trying
think
to
we
do?
are.
Use
I
the
want
same
to.
speed.
I want to just kind of push him, and then unlock that door for myself.
Well, she's closer than me.
So this is how I'm gonna narrate this scene. So Hugs is just beelining like a moose, and like
It's just
literally so like dwarves are flying everywhere.
Yeah.
You attempt to stab Hugs. At that moment, you turn around and see a shifty guy, and he explodes, and a key falls in the direction you were already heading.
Okay.
So you like rush past Hugs.
Okay.
And this is our heroic moment. All of you guys arrive at this door at pretty much the same moment.
nice.
It's like bait.
I rolled a punch them out.
I definitely say that. It's like bait.
Looks down and is just like,
Oh,
it
what
is
did you
fate
get
that
here?
all of us would win this competition.
You have a dagger in your armpit there. Can I get that back?
Oh, of course.
Thank you. I have my
Hands
dagger
it down
back.
to him.
And then Talvar's just dying on the ground.
Just got scratched.
Talvar's injured.
So as all that happens, then Hugs gets there, and you guys are all kind of like wrestling with each other or whatever it is, and then Hugs basically is just gonna be like,
I have a key for this door. Please stand aside and I will open it for all of you.
Oh, well, thank you.
and he ups, like, if everybody is willing, Hugs puts his key in the door and unlocks it, and opens it and lets them
I
go
slip through the
first.
cracks.
I slip through
As soon as it opens,
Yeah,
I
he like lets them go through and then walks through.
Is it like that Three Stooges moment where they all go through the door at the same time and get stuck shoulder to shoulder?
DM,
Yeah.
narrate what happens.
Oh yeah, no, like
I feel like we'd have to roll to see who actually.
Yeah, you'd think so. We're all at the same
So
spot.
dexterity.
Hugs will definitely go last.
Well, hold on. Let's see what this.
So it's just a roll between us
Yeah.
while he's
Yeah.
casually holding the door.
Yeah, I'm
open.
holding the door open.
so.
Oh,
This
so-
is a moment where you three want to try to get through first. You can use any of your skills, any magical abilities. This is a moment I'll let you try to do basically anything.
I'm gonna use
Ooh.
stealth. I'm gonna use.
I'm going to use
Can we
acrobatics.
just say that if all of you roll under 10, Hugs goes
Alright.
through first?
All right, so you can roll acrobatics like you're trying to jump over everyone. You can use stealth like you're trying to like slide low.
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
I'm gonna use minor illusion.
Make
Okay.
the door look like it's still closed.
Yes.
I will let you do that.
So. Oh, what? The key didn't work. What a shame.
My guy, as soon as he sees, as soon as my guy sees him open the door, he jumps. He doesn't even look. So if there's a wall there, he's gonna hit it.
This is just so that no millions of people come in after
Wait,
us.
so are we rolling?
Yeah, go ahead and
Oh.
roll your stealth and then.
17 plus 7, 24.
Okay.
Stealth.
I'll let you roll, Pippi.
All
Either a
right.
deception or a performance to go along with this door thing.
I wanna. Honestly, these guys look like they wanted a heck of a lot more than I do. So I'm just gonna let them, and then hang out with the teddy bear.
Hang out with Huggles.
Hang out with Huggles the bear.
Cast that spell, and like the door looks like it's still there, and Hugs is now looking back and forth between, like, not with like his whole hand, just his eyes. He's like looking at his hand, holding a door, and then looking back at the
And
entrance.
you can hear the cogs moving, and Hugs' head is
and
just
then
like,
Hugs is just
I
like,
have a
It
door
was a
in my
trick Trick door.
It's like one of the glitches in a video game where you open the door and there's
We're in a game.
it's the Matrix.
You don't go.
Oh, yeah.
So I noticed that Hugs is looking a little baffled. So I grab his hand with my little hand and I say, "Come on now, it's okay." And I walk through and show him how it's done.
Like, I'm gonna say, yeah, you dived through.
Yes.
And you jumped over him, and you guys like land on top of each other, basically.
Get off me.
And then Pippi comes like with a giant by the hand through the door. And as you're crouching through this door, because you're taller than it is, you have a volley of like 4 more dwarves that are just like.
Do you close the door behind you?
Yes. Yeah.
So you just hear on the other side of this door just.
Yeah, roll a strength check.
Heck yes.
Oh, that's
I'm
amazing.
still raging too.
Wait, very important. Is it a push door or a pull door?
I'm thinking you pushed it outwards.
Another
as well.
Okay,
17
all right.
with advantage, so 17 plus 7.
24
again.
All right.
So it being a push door makes it even more confusing for
That's a
him.
good one.
Because he thought the door was still closed, but his arm was through the
it.
closed door.
So he
His hand's gone.
That's what I'm
For a
saying.
moment,
Hugs
he's like,
just staring at his arm like, my hand!
my arm is gone.
So,
This is some mighty oak.
That's right. I must have punched my way through the door.
Pippi leads you through the door, and that's when you just instinctively just like slam it behind you, and you just hear like a grotesque noise as a dwarf is just like obliterated.
Yes.
Yep.
That's horrifying.
You've
and
killed
I
at
love
least like 7 dwarves right now.
It's all non-lethal.
it. Or at least mangled.
No, one was a halfling.
They ain't getting through the Olympics.
So yeah, and you hear the door lock behind you,
Oh.
and standing in front of you is Maiden, and she just claps like just a little bit lightly.
Hugs looks down at the key in his hand and holds it out to her and says, I think this is yours.
So is he on top of me or am I on top
I'm
of
on
him?
top of you.
Yeah, he's on top of you.
me. I shove him off and stand up, brush off my, and like kind of bow.
And Maiden looks you all over, and she's like, "It's really hard to say who came through first."
And Hugs just is holding the key out to her.
I've got the other one.
So, and she says, "Which of you would say came through the door first?"
Hugs
Me.
points to the 2 like that were on the ground.
Oh, okay.
I kind of stare at, what's her character's name again?
Talvar.
Talvar. I stare at Talvar. Talvar stares at me, and I go, I want to say me.
Well, I think it was a pretty close tie.
I actually point at him
I
too
agree.
because I came out a few seconds after him.
So Maiden notices you pointing, but she's waiting for your answer.
I want to say me.
And then what do you actually say?
Me.
And you can tell that like she's sort of kind of got a bittersweet grin on her face.
When you say that, though, Hugs is just like, I agree with this. Him and the other man went through first.
I have a question.
I'm gonna laugh when she counts herself and the other two as the first.
How did you do that booming voice thing?
Oh yeah, she kneels down at your level. And
Thank you. I appreciate the consideration.
Eye to eye, woman to woman.
Actually, when she does that, Hugs just suddenly is just like, I approve of this. Yeah, like even footing.
It's very even, yes.
Equality.
And you can tell that like she just seems like a super sweet and down to earth person. And she's like, "Oh, little one, it's called thaumaturgy."
Could you spell that out?
Yes. THA.
I have a little notebook.
That's right. That's funny.
Yeah.
Maturgy.
Maturgy.
Yeah.
THAL, maturgy.
I'm sure my spell check will pick that up.
Even though you are the first, give me your name.
Melma.
All right, Melma. Congratulations. You got through the door first. But I congratulate you all. Wonderful performance.
I'm noticeably annoyed. I'm very.
Hugs just kind of cripples his arms. He's just like
I'm
nodding,
very
like, yes.
noticeably perturbed that it's a everybody won type of thing because I'm this competitive.
I'm still mad at you as well because you shot me with the crossbow.
I punch him a little in his like wounded spot. I just like elbow him in his wounded spot.
I'll let you roleplay that out. After Maiden says, well, it's late. The festivities today are dying down. They're going to do a little something in there, but why don't you head back to the inn and enjoy yourself? Rest up. Tomorrow we'll be busy.
Yes, thank you, maiden.
And she actually shimmers and disappears.
Oh, that's so
Hugs
cool.
was just about to say something, and he's just like, poofy magic. Tell me, what will become of the others in that room?
And literally, you hear a booming voice as you're saying that. And you can tell it's Lord Greycastle. And he stands over, like, the crowd in that you assume back on the stage. And he says, well, I suppose cunning isn't your strong suit. The remainders obviously are good at strength. Last man standing wins.
Hugs is like, Hugs is like beating on the door now. Like, let me back in! Let me back in!
This isn't fair.
Make a strength check.
Yeah. With advantage.
Don't you remember there is no door?
17.
So you keep breaking on this door.
Yes.
It just doesn't open.
No! Confounded magic door!
Consarned.
Oh, God. How are you going to get back in here?
Hugs takes it like a few steps back, and he will charge the door.
I go, I'll lockpick it.
Okay.
You can tell Hugs is counting down, waiting for you to do this.
16.
All right. So you're like fiddling with this lock and you're like, it'd be convenient if we had some kind of key or
I was
something.
about to say, I tried my key on the door.
But it does
Okay.
go click.
Okay. So,
Wow, that's thoroughly
I was just-
embarrassing
yeah, I held
that I
the
wasn't
key
like,
out.
key. I was like, I'll use this lock-picking tools in lieu of a key, of which we have the two we need.
so I'm going to say what happens then is Hugs has stepped back. You are fiddling with the lock. He probably walks up and it's just like, key, right as you like pick the lock.
No, I think I'm working on it. He goes, key. I go, grab the key.
Unlock it, and you push the
As
door
you're
open,
running.
and
Yeah, you're-
Hugs is charging into the room.
As Hugs is charging to hit the door.
Yes.
So you unlock it just in time to open the door as you just go barreling
Yes. And Hugs is like, yes!
in. And like, sure, you just go just hauling into this room.
Yeah.
And
I closed the door.
I was actually going to do the same if you didn't.
Yes. Perfect.
all right. Just roll.
We could probably
Yeah, like-
don't even need to actually say
No.
what happens. We could just skip to the next
I
scene.
I think the ambiguity,
Yeah.
we just hear,
Yeah.
yes! And the door closes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The door slams. And you three, what would you like to do? Remainders.
I'm going to play my lute.
All right.
I'm going to sit back and listen to the mayhem while playing.
I will also listen. I will listen to the lute player.
Just ding,
All
ding,
right.
ding, ding, ding. Just playing my little lute.
Roll a few attacks
All right.
and one fortitude save.
Oh, yeah. Constitution saving throw is 20 total.
Okay.
And how many attack rolls?
2.
2. So the first one's going to be a 19, and the second one's a 23.
All right. So you guys hear like shortly thereafter, there's just a little like on the door,
I open it.
Okay, we.
and standing there, covered in flan and probably dwarf blood,
It's hard to tell.
is
Mostly
Hugs.
dwarf blood.
Hugs is just beaming.
I would like to look
beaming
into
from
the
ear
hall
to
and
ear.
see what the carnage looks like.
All right.
Every table is broken.
Roll a wisdom saving throw to prevent from screaming.
That is a 19. So just on the inside, I'm like,
Yeah, you just like and just shut the door.
Hugs probably has like in his hand like either like
He's holding
somebody's
the finger.
shirt
somebody's
or
scalp?
Yeah,
somebody's
not a
severed.
scalp.
I think it's a severed limb, like a hand.
Well,
or
no,
something, or a
because
finger.
Hugs wouldn't actually be like trying to kill anyone. Like
Right.
it would all be just it's pure contest of strength. As soon as
okay.
they are down, he's done with them.
Okay.
Like he wouldn't like kill them or like break their arms or anything. Like he might have broken a few people's bones, but but no, he's not vicious or vindictive. He's just loving it, like the thrill of the combat and everything. He's just throwing people and breaking things and all that stuff. But yeah, everyone will be fine, just extremely sore.
I throw up a little bit.
What was your saving throw?
What was that?
What did you roll?
I didn't roll, but I do throw up.
He probably has like some like teeth in him and like, you know, and like his fist or like some blood.
Did he have another dagger?
Yeah, another dagger's like under his shirt. Yeah.
And like a gnome in the other one.
Some halfling is like, kill me.
Yeah, he just has some dwarf by the beard and he just drops him.
And all 4 of you, again, are just together for a moment, and I will leave the roleplay to you.
Hugs is just beaming. He's just like...
I stare at him for a second, nod, and then walk to the nearest hotel or inn.
Sure.
You're purely brutish, and I have never been so impressed in my life.
Hugs is just kind of like, I knew I came down here for a reason.
I'm not gonna lie, Hugs. I'm a little surprised about your demeanor. I thought you were gonna be a little bit more something else.
He's like, I don't know the meaning of the word. No, really, I don't. What does that word mean?
Why don't we take you home and get you cleaned up?
Well, I mean, Kiln is quite far from here.
I meant the inn.
Oh, I see. You, yes, tell me. What sort of ale do you drink? Let us share a pint.
We can split a drink.
Yes, and I will be walking that way now.
I'm interested to see what a bar looks like. So this is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I just kind of tag
I
along
wanna
like, yeah,
see
you
what-
guys, let's us adults go on down to the brewery.
I want to see what the tavern does when he walks through the tavern.
Yeah.
Blood ripped apart.
Yeah, because, like, so once you open that door, like, all the other doors unlocked afterwards. And, yeah, you guys meander on over to the tavern. Mm-hmm. A tavern called the Sparrow's Wing. It's a pretty nice tavern. So inside there's, like instead of just, like, wooden furniture, there's actually, like, sort of armchairs, like, upholstered with, like, leather and things like that. And you guys
feel out of place.
Yeah, this is probably the fanciest restaurant or inn that Melma
I've
has ever been in.
not, gone through the back roads.
Pippi's probably pretty excited too.
I'm super stoked, you guys.
One of your
Yeah.
you're just staring and one of your banjo strings breaks.
And yeah, you guys are relaxing here, and you hear like just sort of chatter on the side. He's like, "I can't believe you beat that dwarf with that other dwarf. I've never seen that before." And just like throughout the night,
I've never seen that before. Like it's
Hugs at the anytime like any of those people would like come up to him, he would probably try to buy them like a drink.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
and just
Sure.
like congratulate them on like a fight well fought.
yeah,
Out of pure respect for the man, I buy him like the biggest ale they have.
nice.
He like looks on it approvingly, and he's just like, "We are going to be great friends."
Better than the alternative.
I'm gonna rifle through my change purse and get an apple juice. I'm gonna be like, this is some good drink.
Yeah, you four actually find yourself like laughing and enjoying each other's company throughout the evening. And then the bartender.
Ty seems
Yeah.
unsettled.
I wasn't with them.
He was going to the hotel, remember?
Yeah,
To the inn.
I went to my room. What I do when I relax is I just play music.
Okay, so nonetheless,
I
you
can relate
are
to that.
like directly above them, and it's hard not to hear Hug's voice just booming. So you feel a little fondness nonetheless. And yeah, you guys are telling stories, and like other patrons want to know what happened, people that weren't in the Tournament of Kings. And so you guys are like laughing and telling stories, and you're like, hey, yeah, that guy. Who was that guy? Referring to Talvar, right?
Who's
Okay.
that guy I shot?
Yeah.
it's Talvar.
Yeah. And so, and you hear them saying like, oh man, I hope we see that guy again.
Seemed like an interesting fella.
And the barkeep looks you over and he's like, well, gentlemen, that was pretty fantastic.
I'm drunk as hell.
Yeah.
I'm drunk as hell, and I'm like, fantastic! This man slayed 100 others.
Well, I wouldn't say slayed, merely incapacitated.
And the barkeep asks, so what do you hope's going to happen tomorrow?
More fighting.
Something a bit more agility based.
Fighting.
Well, I would like to learn more about my magic skills, so maybe magic.
My character wants to practice with his sword, so fighting.
And he says, well, gentlemen and little lady, I wish you the best of luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Get some sleep.
Who the hell is this party?
You didn't ask his name?
I wasn't even there.
You'll never
what
know.
was your name again?
Yeah. He's like, call me Joffrey.
I love you, Joffrey. You're a good dude.
He's like, I love you too.
I tip him okay.
Okay. And we'll pick this up next week.
Yay!
Yay. Good job, team.
Hey, everyone. Thanks again for listening to Reforged, Episode 1. If you enjoyed this and want to join the community, you can find us on Twitter at ReforgedStaff. You can even send me questions about the lore. Alternatively, if you want to find me, my name is Austin Rasmussen, and I'm on Twitter at Trenchmaker.
I'm Ian Early, and you can find me on Twitter at BrotherTortoise.
My name is Zoe Shane, and you can find me on Twitter at Zoe with umlaut.
And I'm Ryan. You can find me on Instagram at Behold Your Music.
We'll be here every Friday. Enjoy your weekend.